Hi. Funny to see you here, Internet.
It's that game.
I don't know how to introduce this. Hello, Internet. This is absolutely what I play on my channel all the time. You can come back and expect all sorts of weirdly branded dating sims. From here on, this is all I'm doing. I've completely sidewinded my channel. This is my new passion. Colonel Sanders. So, I was going through Steam.
Finger licking good.
Yeah, so I was going through Steam, as one does, because the Steam sale's coming up. By the way, right now, and for the next 2 or 3 days, there is a really big sale off of everything on Bandai Namco site. It's huge, so you can take a look at that. But as soon as that's over, the main Steam sales popping up. So I was adding stuff to our wish list, seeing what we could play. And I saw this, and it's just... I was so perplexed. I actually asked Iris about it, who's going to be joining us for this live stream. Say hello.
Hello.
You can blame her for this. So I asked, I was like, is this something that would actually be worth doing? Is this like, because it's free, by the way. And officially licensed by KFC.
Yep.
Oh, God. Unfortunately, you missed the intro to the game. It is intensely anime. I really wish I could replay it, but I don't think I can. So instead, we're just going to start it, and when it starts, hopefully it's got that intense craziness. I have no idea what the heck we're in for, by the way. Like, zero idea. I was just like, hey, Iris, is this funny? Is this cool? She's like, yeah, it's only like an hour, and it's not like anything you can't show on your channel anyway. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm in.
Yeah, average playtime for just this is like under 2 hours.
Hold on.
For the full thing. It's been quoted already. This is my new passion, Colonel Sanders.
Wait, that's oh God. I love this poster. Look at my poster. Oh God. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment.
Oh, wait, what am I watching?
Okay, my face cam kind of covers it up, but underneath it is this pink icon of like I don't know, it's like a KFC bucket of chicken or something like that. I don't know what it will do. It's the same pink as this thing up here. But anyway.
I love that chicken poster.
Oh God, that chicken poster. What am I watching? Mystic Flash? I don't even know. Let's just get out of the way. This is all Iris is doing. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in the moment forever, and maybe we should. Or you could wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock up and out and throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. This game's officially licensed.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's so, before we even get into this, I've brought this up before. I find it super weird that, like, I didn't realize until, I don't know how old I was, like I'm gonna say, like, late teens. I'm 28, by the way. Late teens, and I found out, like, in high school, or late high school, that KFC wasn't just a local thing. Because I live in Cincinnati, Ohio. Kentucky is like a 15-minute drive from where I am. So I just kind of, you know, because there's a lot of like local food joints around where I am anyway. And we just kind of assumed that KFC was, well, me. I just kind of assumed that Kentucky Fried Chicken was just a local thing. And then I was like watching some anime or something and I was like, there's a KFC in the background. And then I go like somewhere else, I look it up like, what the heck? Like, of all of the local food, you picked KFC to go global? Like, really? Seriously, if you come to Cincinnati, I'ma hook you up. Don't eat at KFC. Seriously, it's like the bottom of the barrel of where you can get it from like local cuisine. I don't know why it's popular. Also, We don't cook our chicken like that here. Just saying. That's the global version of this.
The KFC in this game is a worshipped like
Worship
the
that
god's
chicken.
ambrosia of chicken.
Yeah. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Your mind begins to wander. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by, and you find your imagination getting away from you. You need to take this seriously? You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. What does this matter? Like, am I gonna be like late for school or something? We're gonna take this seriously. Yeah, we are good, because honestly, getting into the food biz is not easy unless you want to get stuck as like a waiter for the rest of your life, or like one of those chefs who gets screamed at in the back of the kitchen. I've heard some awful stories. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. By the way, I have no idea what the choices do, if they do anything in this game, by the way. I have no idea what is in for us in this game either. So, if I didn't mention that enough, this is Iris's fault. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth equal brushed, hair equal combed, pits equal deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. Not body equal clothed. We're still naked, but nothing can stop us now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you need to get your blood flowing. You know, ironically, it's kind of the opposite. That's just the thing you need to block up your arteries. Standing in the quad.
Prime for Colonel Sanders senpai.
By the way, guys, let me know if the music is too loud. I have no idea what the music levels are gonna be like. I tried stopping this, so I have no idea. Yay, first actual live stream in a while. Welcome, Christopher. I'm doing like, I'm trying to do 2 live streams a week for you guys. I think we just did, yeah, we actually did 2 Celeste, this week already. No, well, technically, not this week. This is the first one of the week, because it's Monday. Is it Monday, or is it Tuesday? What's going on? What day is it? It's quarantine, man. I don't know what the heck's going on anymore. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon your magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. No one's named Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. And she doesn't stop doing that pose. I don't understand the anatomy of this hand, but I find it a little absurd. Good morning, Hamster. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am excited. A little nervous. Okay.
The music is a tad loud, apparently.
Yeah, it's a little loud. I thought the same thing. I wanted to make sure you guys said the same thing first. So, another weird peeve of mine is when, hold on. Wow, I have it turned down really low. Like, the percentage of how low it is crazy low. But anyway, I have a pet peeve when people don't spell out the word okay. It's not an acronym. It doesn't stand for anything. It's whatever. Judging the grammar of the Colonel Sanders game. Mm-hmm. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by master chef parents, she's always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're going to do great. My one true fear, quicksand boxes.
Quicksand box.
But with University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semester, what? Afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Sweet girl Miriam has always had flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. What? Like, I love you!
Oh no.
Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? You can do it, Miriam! Remember the last month when we saw that fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? This is not the way to give someone a pep talk, dude. The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet. And she told you that you were destined for great things. I can read. We're going right back in the fact that I can't read, and I'm doing a whole game where you do nothing but read on camera to the internet. God, I'm an idiot. Why am I doing this? Look at the things I have to do for you guys. Remember that card with the fancy looking tower? And that other card featuring the handsome fellow in the red suit? What's this pose? What is this pose? She's still crying. I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. Oh, slam.
I wonder what else she uses the mannequin for.
Whoa.
Oh no.
Especially if she chipped her tooth on it. She was getting so furious with that thing's use. Man.
Yeah.
Oh God. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating, and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. If you could turn someone into a master chef in 3 days, good Lord, like what? Everyone should be able to cook if it was that easy. But granted, maybe we just have the greatest teacher of all time. Maybe it's Colonel Sanders. Who, by the way, just saying, if I didn't make it apparent already, I really don't like KFC. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all, and if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Actually, you look like you need a haircut. Just saying, like, they're really uneven, and unless you're counting the braids on the sides, which is still technically your bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? That's what it looks like. You're kind of doing it right now with the scissor hands. You can definitely believe it. Okay, that's why they drew it so bad. Ugh, I cannot believe it. I can't really tell when the art's supposed to be bad or not, because her right hand looks terrible. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands and onto the ground. Who done it? Hey! It's Ashley! It's an Ashley! That's not how you spell Ashley. I know that's what they want us to say, but that's not how you spell. What's wrong with your teeth? Also, she has a huge right boob and like a large left boob. What's going on with you? Oh God. Okay. It's Ashley. I'm gonna call her that, okay? Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Because she's an extra... She's a little off balance, you know what I mean? Like...
Just a little.
She has to weigh down her left side to make sure she doesn't fall over. Oh my God. There's so many fast food jokes I want to make, but they're so terrible. Oh, I'm gonna put the quarter pounder joke to rest. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave hamster shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. Actually, I have, perfectly average shins, now that you mention. In fact, my shins bruise pretty easily. Never mind, as much ring fit as I try to do, which I've been putting off lately. Yeah, I gotta get back into that. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone. You know, that wasn't her fault, to be fair. It's her parents' fault for being bad spellers. But whatever. If anyone here knows what perfect shins looks like, it's us. We're not going to let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man. Hold on.
Locking.
What?
It's a JoJo reference.
I'm not that far in JoJo's.
And he's designed after a JoJo Adventure character.
Oh, I think I've seen this character, yeah. They look like JoJo, they have JoJo anatomy. It's ridiculous. Has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight. You can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rockin' glutes. And now we know in which direction our character swings. We also don't even know if we're male or female, by the way. Ahem. Van. Oh my god. Yeah, it's a little obvious. This is a JoJo joke. You rang. Oh my god. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Oh, snap. Okay. Alright. You guys can go that way. Dude, I freaking can't. We haven't even gotten to Colonel Sanders yet. This dude's hair is like... How do I even describe it? A star-shaped pompadour?
Yeah.
I just can't. What did I come back to? I don't even know, man. I don't even know. I can't believe that University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us on as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's just not time to properly tell these two off. So you resist the urge, even though we just made an attempt and it didn't work. Let's go, Miriam. See you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. I don't know what we're listening to, but it got really weird. And he just farted. Okay. His name's Pop. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. Should do the trick. I love you. We love you too, Pop. You mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at this school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down.
Oh no.
This game. Hi,
We're
Pop.
not even 20
I'm
minutes
Hamster.
in.
So, are you going to make me hold this door all day? No. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? It's just you, Miriam. I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure of where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. And we are seeing the quadratic equations of what makes a bucket of chicken. And the perfect right angle, triangles. There's, is it just called a right triangle? Isn't that right? There's a cute, obtuse, and it's just a right triangle. I always wanted them to have a more, hold on, no, there's, isosceles, too. One of my favorite words ever. Anyway, I'm talking about triangles. Oh god, is that our teacher? A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of class. Adorable.
Yes.
Sprinkles? I can't do this. Iris, I don't think I can do this.
Your teacher is a corgi.
He's a corgi with a spatula in his mouth. You know what? Whatever anymore. Whatever. There's a chicken on the pedestal he is sitting on. No, quiet down, everyone. This is how the corgi talks. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Thank you for not making me say the whole thing again. Please call me Professor Dog. Why? I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect, Wolf. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, a wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom.
Oh, here it goes.
I'm chilly, someone close the window. And then he walks in. Why? You're immediate. I can't.
There he is.
Okay, we need a new voice for this one. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him! If it isn't my favorite student, Harland! Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Oh God, I can't do this. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. Oh my God. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats-a-Lot. Maybe we should open the window back up before faucet pits melt into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on a second, nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. Wait, just kindergarten class? Because by the way, I don't know a single person I went to kindergarten with, by the way. Not one. People know people from kindergarten, that's it? Is that a thing, or is that supposed to be a funny? Because the rest of the game is just a funny. I assume it's just supposed to be a funny. No, just kidding, this game's dead serious all the time. And what isn't with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Hamster sweats, it's not gross, it's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Miriam? Are you okay? Look at this face. She's like, look at that shimmer! Except it's coming out of his pits, as we have previously established. That's gross. You take a moment to clean yourself up. How? How? Did I take a shower? It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot.
Oh my God.
I don't know if I can get through this, an hour for an hour of voicing it like this. Alex, who do you choose? What do you mean, who do I choose? As far as I know, I'm just clicking buttons, man. I don't know what's happening anymore. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there might even be really adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and complete in the brome cooking arena. Why? Just then another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Okay. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? His name's just Student, by the way. This is my third year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. But it's a 3-day class. Does no one remember me? He has no name. You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. God, all right. We have a student named Student. Let that be a lesson to you, students, that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. Clank. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referring, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Oh my god. Is this Mechazawa from Cromartie High? Or is that too obscure of an anime reference? Because it even looks like Mechazawa from Cromartie High. Just saying. I get this obscure anime reference. I'm not completely uncultured. Unless, it's not supposed to. Oh my god, what is with his head? The class bursts into laughter. Oh my god. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? Beef treat, rubber ball, and a chicken snack. Well, obviously, there's a correct answer here. It's the chicken snack, right?
Yeah, it's KFC.
It's KFC.
Everything
man.
is chicken.
You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Why did you have all 3 of those things in your pocket at this moment? Sprinkles' eye go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, I think there might be some competition for a new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds opened to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain, even though there's a lot of seats and only like 6 students. We are definitely sitting next to Colonel Sanders. Hey, Miriam, there's a seat here. Or Hamster. Miriam said, hey, Hamster, there's a seat here. I don't know how my dyslexia even did that. Wow. Colonel Sanders, it seems that no one has claimed this seat next to me. If you're interested. Oh man. Oh, Miriam, I don't think I can do it. Oh God, I'm gonna sit by the Colonel. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I've only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you'll ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. It's so inspiring. A little off topic, if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you've settled into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a pop quiz about me! Or no, yay, a quiz about me! This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If a train is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Depends. Extremely, looking at you, Pop, or doesn't matter at all. Oh no!
Oh, God.
That's so mean. Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. What? Why is that right? Forest is to tree, as chicken is to feather, night vision goggles, or a slam dunk.
You don't know, the windows are fogging up around the Colonel.
Oh yeah. Chicken is to a slam dunk. That's wrong! What's the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or a spork? I actually think sporks are the most useless thing ever. They don't hold enough in a spoon to be a good spoon, and they're not like, they don't have enough, I don't know, forkness to actually like stab their way through anything to pick it up like a fork. They're completely useless, but KFC loves them. That's right. No, they're not, man. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat or a pancake that looks like a silly face. Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No? Yes, or he's a talking dog that teaches at a culinary school. He is the best boy. That's right. So yes was wrong. This game. Your total score is a 4 out of 5. How did I do? Only one wrong, not too shabby. You might just do all right, kid. You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He nods with approval. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch! We just started. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? This must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, howdy folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, it's about lunch. Everyone cheers! But shh. Lunch, lunch, lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but whether the worm is true is this. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried to a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken? What a novel concept! Your stomach begins to grumble, as if to say, stop thinking and start eating. For years, I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. But by my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What? You were thinking we'd want your stupid secret recipe? Dude, pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. Okay. I'm just pointing out that, Ashley has chicken wing shaped holes cut into her leggings.
Yeah?
I just thought that was funny. I'm just a drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just, like, writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew it at the moment, that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see, her body language changed from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent. As she slides closer to Colonel Sanders, she realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame. With cooking skills like this, she wants him all to herself. Oh, please. We can't have this! Well, Van, the man, if you don't want any. I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take out one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. I'm expecting like a reaction, like, have you guys seen the anime Food Wars with like the foodgasm reactions?
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting here. Here we go, and I'm gonna have to. Yeah.
Colonel Sanders, dang those forearms, man.
Yeah, right.
You lift?
Yeah. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Or swim toward the light. Our job in this game is to win the Colonel's affection away from our rival Ashley. In which case, we need to win the Colonel's culinary heart. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that can only be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. I can't keep this up! I'm trying so hard! God, how long is this game? I can't do it! Colonel Sanders smile ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he is doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. Oh God, he has a staff.
Yep.
Where did he get the staff? Yeah, Cameron, I'm with you there. I kind of expected some of the chicken juice to like squirt and give us one of those foodgasms, but maybe they wanted to make sure that like they made sure everyone could still maybe play it, because the KFC still kind of paid for this, right? Did they pay for the sponsorship? Like this happened, right?
It's officially sponsored.
God.
KFC.
Oh, I suddenly like really like KFC now, even though I don't like their food at all. Like at all. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel. Shouldn't learning be fun? Aww. You've got moxie, I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, and then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use it's something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow! You've never had guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you'd searched. While you're wrapped up in this huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I've graduated. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say, the biggest. Is he tearing up? I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Nag him to show your own strength. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest, but thoughtful. I say, let's spice things up a bit. You know, about that, I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. Oh, God! Does it matter if your character is a man or a woman? That ain't right. Oh,
it doesn't matter.
No, there's only one answer for both, and it's not okay. Oh, God. Oh. Hey, Colonel, you want to try my secret recipe? I actually had some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe? And you think you can do it better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne, but that's not the point. Or is it cayenne? It's cayenne. Yeah, I know my food. Not really, I'm a terrible chef. Like, I can make cereal and frozen pizza. I make a mean frozen pizza. But yeah. Just this year I figured out how to use a deep fryer. Yeah. I call the oven the hot box. I need to go to the school, actually. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. Oh, we upset him. A recipe is about balance. It involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to. Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes. Hamster, I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. That certainly didn't go as planned. You better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. Which apparently we are. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. This looks like a Food Network show. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent, finally! We get to show off our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything?
No. Oh no.
Except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Oh God. And definitely not that sweet Colonel Chicken Bone, if you know what I mean. Welcome, students, to the cooking arena! For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Pounce? Oh, she's crying. Hey, Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? A team of 2, that is, me and you, if that wasn't clear. Wanna be my partner? Aww. Sure, Hamster. I'll prepare our session. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Pop, hello, new partner. Beep boop. Oh my, 2 potential partners? I'm so sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Definitely Mekazawa. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam would be partnering with Clank today. It's okay, I already ate. That's not the point, man. It's not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue? I hardly know you. Clank judders, and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Did he just have... Did that just... Did he just have an appliance boner?
An appliance boner, that's a... what?
I gotta take deep breaths every once in a while, because this game looks like the 2 of you will be fine. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. All right, for you 2. For today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy, and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. I slapped my own pop shield. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. We have a clear winner, like an answer here. Yeah. But man, do I want to see what happens if you blow that Colonel's mind with the tentacles. But no, we're going for the
tentacles.
We're going for the taters and gravy. You got a bunch of hearts that came out of him, so we actually are earning affection points. Oh no.
Yes.
So, oh god, there's multiple endings. Iris, I assume then, and is it possible that I'm gonna fail this? Because I'm not playing this game twice. Without spoiling it, of course.
This, just, you do you, and whatever, it's obvious, an obvious KFC reference.
Okay, got it, alright. So, it should be a piece of cake. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy! I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a cozy look at you, causing your whole face to beat red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please. Let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. I can't even read it the way that it wants it to be said. I'm literally getting dizzy.
Are you gonna have enough water for this stream?
No, I don't think so. I'm rationing that stuff. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you'd better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. I'm over here crushing Hamster's dreams. I seriously stumbled over my own name. And now we just got rockin'. Man, dude, those freaking calves, man.
Yep.
They're frightening. Yeah, that's JoJo's art right there. Oh god, where was I? You're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley. Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Oh, my phone's going off. Oh, nice, with a spam number. Cool. Maybe it's KFC wanting to hire me because I am just so good at this game. Actually, no, it looked like Hamster was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how this is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I know this is gonna sound really weird. No, never mind. I'm gonna make it sound really weird. It is actually getting really hot in my room. I wonder how many articles of clothing I'll be wearing by the end of this live stream.
Oh, dear.
We'll see where the Colonel takes us. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. Hey, Iris, by the way, I just want to let you know, you may interrupt me if I'm like in the middle of like an ordinary dialogue or something like that. If there's something that pops up in the chat, you want to let me know. Because obviously, like, just like we were playing Doki Doki, this is a game where I gotta read. And yeah, like, I'm not gonna be able to see the comments. And I know there's a lot of gold stuff coming out over there. I trust you guys. Some fried gold finger licking good comments are coming out of there, and I need to know what they are.
Love it, this rock and riff.
Yeah, right. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. I read that. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular.
Half the time I'm just laughing too hard.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like this game is the joke, and it's probably best we just, like, go with the flow.
It owns up to it, being a joke.
But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear, she's coming for Colonel. If you don't watch out, Ashley is ready, really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever well, we got an obvious answer here. My hunk of hunks. Colonel Sanders, save me! I'm here to learn and to express myself via my cuisine, not to bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? Sometimes conflict can actually build character. Why is he upset? I wouldn't want you to shy away from a bit of healthy competition with our peers, Hamster. Wow, is he just not that into you? You'd think a gentleman would defend you in a situation like this. Did you do something to offend him at some point? Oh no. So we upset him earlier, and because of that, now he's not going to help us? God, you look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do! Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mold of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand, holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up, and when you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage, and without thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Hamster! We do not waste food in the broom kicking arena. God. I can read. Cooking arena? Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands! Oh no! I know where this is going!
Hamster, I think you need to read Cameron's comment. I can't do a snake impression.
Okay, activate snake impression.
Colonel, I need to be embraced by your loving arms.
Iris, just for fun, I want to hear your snake impression of that line.
I can't.
Please. Please.
No.
Try it, please.
It would sound like a demon.
I know, I want to hear it!
Colonel, kiss me.
Oh god, Pop, can I has potato face? I just realized what was on screen this whole time. Can I has potato face? Activate snake impression.
Colonel, kiss me, you sweet hunk.
Oh no.
I want my fingers all over that sweet, juicy, sweaty chicken bone.
God. Van rushes back over. He even does the JoJo poses. What?
A walking JoJo reference.
God. Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I've prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle-axe blade forged by my supreme chef ancestors. There's a star hole in it, too. His hair just flared back, too. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you who will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten.
Oh no.
Think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! What? Everyone step back! Don't take another bite! When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle being slurped up in Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for just a moment, then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsie. Tastes like poison.
Literally killed the student.
God, this game. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen in the whole crowd. They are as motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite oblivious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kind. Huh.
Because of course.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say, are they really just gonna get rid of 2 characters like right now? I'm not sure the professor's here to make money. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here! Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. Ghost, what? Like, for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. These mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. I am? Whoa,
Oh, jeez.
what? I was totally reading the whole game wrong. I thought we just loved food. And that sweet, sweet chicken bone. Colonel Sanders. Yes, Hamster? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working toward that dream day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you...
Speaking of stars.
Yeah. Shut up, I'm the only one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that! I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long, sad sigh. Forget him, we're talking about me! Me! I'm the hero! The Spork monster is here to fight a hero!
Spork
Hold
monster.
on. Did I what the heck just happened?
Oh my god.
The Spork monster is here to fight a hero.
Yep.
I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. We will not let harm come to another student except for that ghost kid. I kind of dropped the ball on that. Be afraid, be very afraid of me because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose or is it just a coincidence? Before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence! What will you do? Oh my god, it's Final Fantasy!
I'm sorry, what?
It's Final Fantasy! Please make the sounds. No, it doesn't make the sounds. Oh, dang it. They'd probably get in a lot of trouble with Square if they did that.
Yeah, probably.
God. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love! Cook with love does 1 damage. It just got real. That attack really upset Spork Monster. Spork Monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy all over you. You take 1 damage. Attack or defend? We should defend from another attack. You decide to defend! Which defense will you use? Trepidation! You continue to stay back and endure whatever comes your way. Seems like a pretty weird strategy, but okay, you do you. Spork Monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from the Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Are we gonna die if we keep attacking?
When did this turn into Final Fantasy VII?
when we stole the menus and the font. I feel like he's gonna hit me with a stronger move. Should I actually keep...
I don't think it matters.
I don't think it matters either. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork Monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork Monsters uses utensil. You take 2 damage from the attack. You take much more damage. You're not going to survive the battle. But we must press on. Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. It does 1 damage. Spork Monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork Monster prepares for his ultimate attack. Rounded Edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Hot pie power pot. Pot pie power bench does 10 damage. Spork Monster is defeated. You saved me.
Oh, the chicken staff is back.
An injured Spork Monster spews steam into the night. Oh my god. Oh no. Forget mercy. Finish him. Spare this wretched Actually, I don't... I wonder what will the Colonel prefer? Should we spare this wretched beast or finish him? I honestly have no idea.
It's a giant KFC mascot, pretty much.
Yeah, let's
Put
spare.
Spork in
Let's
Reddit.
use him for our future endeavors. Let's spare him. You managed to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Begone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow! I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back like you said. Spork Monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Borko. The name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away without any energy to keep your eyes open. Darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night.
How do they know where
my
you
Colonel.
live?
I don't know.
He knows where you live.
This is all just a fever dream after eating some really old food. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Okay, all right, sure. You awake on day 2 and attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the Spork Monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I might like Clank. Like him? Like? I know it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him. I like him. I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in high school? No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and was also The convertible that he himself was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade.
What? How does that work?
I don't freaking know. I'm thinking maybe something got lost in the pressure cooker. Language translation there. Yeah.
You brave me? I ship it.
I'd ship it. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, you're a thing now? We definitely connected yesterday. Ah ha ha, sure you did. You're great. Why? You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great! You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said that. A secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived later when I cooked with them. A very strange feeling came over me and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. Whatever. Anyway, however,
Maybe a little bit?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe. And besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt I'd be much use to anyone. Cough, fibber, cough. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? So tell her the ingredient that Colonel Sanders told you or make up a fake ingredient. Let's not spread the word of the Colonel. Fake ingredient.
For the Colonel.
You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know, how about... It was Eye of Newt.
Okay, that's out there.
Into a newt. I got better. I know, sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt! Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing, and you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. I love how they actually came from the cherry blossom tree.
Here it comes again.
It's Colonel Sanders. Right, on a horse.
Oh my god.
Oh, stand back and admire his majestic glory. I run to him.
And he's on a horse.
Do we stand back and admire his majestic glory or run to him? Come here, you sweet hunk. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and the Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movements surprise the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, Hamster, I'm here to deliver you a message. not this guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But before you can continue, he was suddenly awake.
Yes, the dead student.
That's another anime thing. I forget how many different animes do that, where there's like a character that you never learn their name, because like... Actually, that actually happens in Cromartie High too. Yeah, there's another character in Crow High who you never learn his name. So there's like a lot of Crow High references in this too that I'm finding, which is really weird. Might actually get Kim to want to watch this.
Oh dear.
Because I told her about this and she was like, "You're playing what?" It's like, it's gonna be funny, I bet. It's gonna be a hoot. And she's like, "You're playing what?" And about as far as that went. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices, or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Oh god, compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes! Or lean in for a kiss. We're gonna get some sweet rejection, I bet. But,
Probably.
yeah, let's compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes.
I mean, they left quite an impression.
Yeah. Oh, God. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school. Oh, that's also a Crow High thing. Yeah. Freddie Mercury rides in a horse to school in Cromartie High School. There's so many Crow High jokes in this. I was expecting more JoJo stuff. I mean, JoJo is obviously that one dude, but wow, this is really weird.
I mean, the fact we just made a Monty Python reference with the newt.
Yeah, the Eye of Newt. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. It's nice to hear he liked that. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, are doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad? You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulder, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one, I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell them to stop acting immature or act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. I really don't care about this option. You sit near the rivals, but leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van muttering something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure. You know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get to look at what it was they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth.
Okay.
You just noticed this? We're playing
obvious.
Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in a hurry. Now he's in such a hurry that he rolls right over Van Van's meaty foot. Oh, poor Clank. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Zit womp. Why do you... Oh no. God, I can't read. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a standard mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Womp zit. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. Oh, God, phrasing. I think it might be, oh, God, over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena. At least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrives to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students.
Save us, Sprinkles.
Please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy! Down! Off hoppin'! Why? That command, shouted by Colonel Sanders, has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson? Truly you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. That drawing, that freaking drawing. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Hamster? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, and a dog biscuit. Okay.
A biscuit?
Yeah, I mean, you get biscuits there. I don't know why it's a dog biscuit, but a dog biscuit.
No,
Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles, an example of his culinary talents. Perhaps you reach for it when Sprinkles jumps and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness. What's happening?
I have no idea.
Like, I don't know how much of this matters based on what I'm choosing or what. You fade into darkness, but something is there. The Spork monster? Borko? What are you doing here? Why is his name Borko? Did he say that? Oh, God. It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgiven. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. Which item do you want to sample? Okay, let's try the shimmering pepper. A brightly covered pepper stands out from the others. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. The pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. It feels like forever as forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, this guy again. I'm here to give you an important message. Oh, you must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. All you must do is... I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, think I've got some spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. It'll work through. To fulfill the prophecy, you must. You feel yourself regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth, and now it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. What? We all make mistakes. I am sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. What the heck was class? Before anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics of these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them you're on. Let's do it. A bit of lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool, you're the fool. Good one, Van. I like your grumption, Hamster. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sporting court. Finally, a little sense, you breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. What? Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Aroo! I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope its message lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. I'm gonna make him some really gross green beans, because that's the third thing that typically they go for at KFC. Oh yeah, the biscuits, other than the biscuits. It's time to boil some water for potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. It always boils at 100 seconds after you turn the heat on. Dude, I can't cook!
100 degrees?
That's wrong? No, yep. What were you thinking, Hamster? Get your head in the game. You're going to need to season this chicken before you can cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices? 11. That's right. You might not know all the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude? That's right! You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You'd better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you never to forget where you came from. Every day, you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. Where does it come from? A small town where dreams are born? I don't freaking know!
Go with that one.
That's
go
wrong!
With a small town.
What?
What'd you pick?
I don't know. Small town where dreams are born? That's wrong. It's a horrible time to start forgetting important things. Next question. What? You trying to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling! That's wrong!
Oh no.
I don't freaking know! Don't make me get the spray bottle! Is this the end? Yep. Game over. Try again. Oh good, you can actually play this again. Okay, good. God, what? Before anyone can relax, cafeteria lights dim. Oh, I gotta go through this whole thing again?
Oh, you actually have to get all the right answers.
Yeah, but I figured it would just start at the quiz instead of making me go through all of this again. But it's fine, like, I'll just click our way through this. We already read this. Timer ready. All right, first question, gimme.
100 degrees
hard way.
Celsius?
Like, we got the first one wrong, so let's make sure we get this. Things fast, timer goes down randomly. Okay, it's 100 degrees Fahrenheit, not freaking Celsius. That's wrong! Who cooks in Celsius? It's Colonels from America! That's wrong! Also, how's that gonna cook it? Well, I don't know. I don't know Celsius like at all. Is that hotter than Fahrenheit? Because there's 0. Yeah, no. Yeah, that's hotter because they're their
Fahrenheit
0 is no that
Fahrenheit is higher than Celsius.
yeah, because that's so much cool. What? How do you cook it at 100 Celsius? Like I was like, what? How do you cook anything at 100 even Fahrenheit? The potatoes would just cook on like a day like today in Cincinnati. It's freaking hot today. Like I was saying. Oh, it is steamy today. What are you thinking, Hamster? Get your head in the game. Seconds 11. Was the next one? Tail wagging intensifies. Basic steps. Get your state of mind with the most flavor. Was it gratitude?
Yeah.
I was right. Okay, so we got those two. Deep beneath the surface of the planet, the shoulder of Orion, or this?
And it wasn't a small town where.
No, it was not a small town where dreams are born. It was. Next question. That was bullcrap. You shut out the noise of the arena. Okay, bubbling, I guess. Sound of success is. Wait, didn't he say silence before? That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. When they taste your cooking, they will be taken. So taken with it that they'll be unable to speak. You notice, Colonel, out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Hamster. He's actually cheering you on, which will be awesome. Except knowing he's watching you, which makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy will it take to fill it? What were you thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. I couldn't even read that. It only gave you like 3 seconds.
So water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. That's why it wasn't Celsius.
What? If that's the oh, it's boiling. Oh, I thought it was a chicken question. Like a fryer. I was not reading it, I guess. You are stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot about the question. Colonel Sanders exchanging wedding vows. What does it even have to do with spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a standard mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes! I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow apprentice utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Hamster does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer and rescue your dough before it's overmixed. Hamster, no! Before you're not fast enough, your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way I'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find that is the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Oh, that's too bad, and here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely, that makes me the winner by default. No, that wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Hamster's injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you've prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to the dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Hamster to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you find a delicate fried cheese What is in there? Croquette atop a slice of honeycomb ice cream 2 ways, tender knot and pearls of blueberry gelée. Is that pronounced gelée? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed, as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something to his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel, or put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Oh yes, we gotta get in the way of this hunk.
Oh, jeez.
You reach out with your apron and wipe the sauce off his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils and brushes you back. This goatee isn't just a fashion statement, it's also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Game over. What? Okay, try again.
I guess it was the other one. All right.
Dude, game over? Alright, this game's harsh. For anyone to relax, the cafeteria lights oh, the whole freaking thing? Oh my god, okay.
So starting from the cooking battle?
Yeah, the whole cooking battle's over again. Alright. Wow, okay, let's try and do this right this time. Timer ready. Now the first one, I'm gonna choose the third option. If that's wrong too, like, I'm gonna be so mad everything's wrong, basically. Unless
Do you want me to look this up, really?
No, well, no, the first one's the Celsius. We knew that. That's right.
Yeah.
But how have you gotten to cooking still without knowing that? But apparently I'm... Because nobody cooks in Celsius. Winner gets to rub my furry belly and let that enticing offer motivate you. Going to need the seasonless chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you got some basic steps down, elevate your craft. It was gratitude.
Yep.
That's right, you must never take this opportunity to succeed. And the next one was silence, I think, right? No, there was another one. It was like the town. Yeah, like where it came from. That one like made no sense. It was like deep in this.
I think that might be a wrong answer, like anyone that you pick.
Like no matter what's a wrong answer. Yeah. The shoulder of Orion, that's the third one. Which is also wrong, so they're all wrong. It's a horrible time to start forgetting important things. Next question. All right, notice, focus on your cooking. Silence. That's right, when they taste your cooking, they'll be so taken with it, they'll be unable to speak. I believe in you, Hamster. All right, so let's just blast through this. We're so distracted. They're all the same. What were you thinking? Get your mind out of the gutter. They're all the same. Colonel Sanders says a thing. You know why? You shouldn't be focused on the challenge. You're falling behind. Walking on the beach, riding together in a gondola. Spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits. Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I think we got through all these. I don't think they're any different. That's how serious your error was. Oh, Hamster, no! Your hand gets stuck, and it sounds like a cracking egg, which is really gross. Everyone stop what you're doing. This battle is over. Can't be. There's another question that eventually, as soon as we approach the Colonel, it's apparently we're not supposed to get in the way. We're just supposed to be angry. Or the whole thing is an instant game over. Like, seriously?
For some reason.
Yeah, internalize the rage you feel. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Huh.
What the?
Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of you. A storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. It's fine. Can't you leave me alone? I'm a loser and not fit to fill your fryer. Oh! Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa!
Game went there.
I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well then, think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. He's crying. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit could be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay!
So the characters are Jesse, Chicken Senpai, and JoJo reference.
Yeah, well, there's a ton of Cromartie High School references. Iris, have you seen that anime? Has anybody in the chat even seen that anime?
I have.
You have? Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, it's not just me, right? There's a lot of Crow High stuff in here, which, by the way, might entice Kim. She loves Crow High. Like, not even kidding. Behind you, I'm gonna move this right now. She has this. I'm gonna move that to the side. You see it right there. That's a Mechazawa. You see it? Giant Mechazawa thing made out of. I don't even know what it's made out of, but it's not official or anything. I think her dad made it for her, but whatever. There's Crow High stuff even in my room right now. She made me watch it like twice. Maybe even 3 times.
Maybe 3 times.
Maybe
you
3
forgot
times.
the 3rd time.
It's not long, so it doesn't matter. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork monster! Borgo? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but it's just I wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Oh, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student until one day some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear. I will be there. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, Hamster. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Oh, a personal invite.
Oh,
you can't
no.
imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping in. Oh my god!
Does this count as first base?
Look at the pictures!
No.
I love the baby one with the goatee and the drumstick. Oh my god. Where does he
Oh
live?
my.
It's just like, what is that, a comb? Just a freaking comb? Just for his
That's
goatee? I don't know what, they had no idea what to do. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things. Okay, no joke.
Is that chicken real or is that taxidermy?
It's taxidermy. So I was about to say spell check in my brain, but no, my dyslexia read things as thighs. And it made this so much worse. I mean, better.
Surrounded by his thighs.
Surrounded by his thighs. You start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or just keep it a secret? Just for you.
Do it.
Reveal it. You decide that you're ready, as you'll ever be, to share your own original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to leave it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. He's tearing up. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotion. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel.
Can you look at the pictures?
Yes, I want this picture. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor from the goatee and mustache combo he sports. You can figure that this must be the Colonel Sanders himself.
He had that when he was a baby.
Yeah,
what the heck?
that or maybe it's the drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of themselves anyway? Probably the same person who would rather, or who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Why does he have an elevator? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you! As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared? Does that say sashimi? Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Is that really what it says? Dude, yuck. Okay, well, whatever. Let's look at the taxidermy chicken. You notice this very realistic stuffed chicken sitting at a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real! Taxidermy must be important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped onto the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Okay, so I assume the door is gonna be the rest of the story, so we're not leaving until we look at everything the Colonel has to offer us. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then the ghost of student pops up. Are you thinking about heading out of the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I've never even heard your name, but why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack and the ghost of student is swept out with the breeze. Okay, let's look at this comb. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color, it's actually made of spun silver.
What? What?
A scented
Seriously?
candle, you pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of '69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's blah, blah, blah. Okay then.
Alright.
One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders, standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing them. No, they aren't.
Under it much?
You look closely and see there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. Okay. Photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Tap on an item. I think the only thing left is the door. I don't see anything. You open the Colonel Sanders closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft.
This is totally yandere material right now.
Yeah, this is... Yeah. Yes, a little much. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in his scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he has been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. I don't usually loan these out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment and make a big move. You tell him that you're cold. You fess up and tell the truth.
Honestly, you probably shouldn't lie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm wondering what the difference between the top and the bottom one is, considering where they're taking the story anyway. So...
Fess up? I don't
yeah,
know.
but... Let's make a big move. Big boy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Whoa, is this some kind of game? Not that we blame you for trying, but still. Game over!
Yeah, game over.
The whole thing, God, the instant death thing in this, just for trying to make a joke, is like insane. The whole day.
Oh God.
Hold on. Where's the skip button? Come on, turn the skip on. Okay, whatever. It's not working.
Skip button, the little button at the top of the screen.
How do I hold it down? Yeah, you gotta hold it. Okay. It's the Spork monster. Yeah. Okay. Now we blah 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 blah. Oh my God, the whole day. Whatever, we're just, reveal it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's so delicious. Oh, his eyes water. Do we need to actually, learn everything from the room? I think we just need to do a few things. Like the dial was one. So that might matter.
The dial,
the chicken had something, and then this one had an inscription. I think it did. Okay, so now let's open this. Wear this. Aww. And then fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. Oh, I thought that's what the top option was. It might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But in the thought of leaving the Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel. Yes, Hamster. It's so wrong. This is so wrong. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into a slumber. Dream sequence. Okay.
Oh, man.
And then everyone flies by in my dreams on chicken wings. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. We stayed here overnight.
Oh, God.
We stayed here overnight after confessing our love to him.
Oh, no.
Game?
Stranger danger! Stranger danger!
Game? Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. Which, by the way, if the animated opening sequence doesn't play anywhere through the game, by the time the end of the stream hits, I will turn the game off and turn it back on again just so you guys can watch it, because it's outstanding. It's like an anime intro, full on, and it's hilarious. And it's a shame you guys missed it.
Gotta love those anime intros.
Yeah, but the thing is, I had to open the game, obviously, to, like, start the stream, so I couldn't, not do it. Way to hit third base, man. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cooker? Oh, God. To cookery. God, my dyslexia read cockery, which is not too far away from what that said. Could he be
there is a chicken in the background, so I wouldn't.
That's
fault you
why
for
I read
one.
that. No, could he be the world's greatest gift to cockery? I was honestly thinking chickens, but you know what? Wait, take him down a peg or flatter him. Now, hopefully he doesn't take this the wrong way, but oh, Colonel. I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you are on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home and find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been so desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, but now that it turns out you're fine, I can finally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date.
With a machine.
With a kitchen appliance. I had sex with Colonel Sanders. And that was some master cockery. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clark, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me, so I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little Metallica guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends. But things quickly spiraled out of control.
Is his friend a blender?
I'm just imagining this giant, like, fridge-sized device jumping off a plane. He's so dreamy. Did she just say skydiving? As if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker. Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's a pressure cooker. Never mind, pressure cookers aren't that large. Well, they can be. You can have a big one. And now, I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. I want to say squad for some reason. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact, because you know he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one up right away. I'll have my swirly with Sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school. There is a horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Hamster, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now that you're twisting my words, I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up. Ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are too close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Hamster, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? Girl! Dial it down a bit! It was clear that you're passionate about how your food was received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, Hamster, I'm more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Hamster. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for you know who she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, what's that book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. What's that, Iris?
So many innuendos.
Yeah, it's... Whew. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings cast only in case of extreme emergency. And it says around the edges of the page, I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic. Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast the forbidden spell, or don't do it after all. I feel like I'm gonna get game overed if I choose the wrong one now.
Yeah, it's like, obviously we're already trying to get with the Colonel, so I wouldn't
Right.
do it.
Wait, so do it?
No, don't do it.
Yeah, I thought you said do it. I'm like, what?
Oh.
You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. I'd like to see that alternate ending, though. If it's an alternate ending. It could just be an alternate last day. Sprinkles is already in the room waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. He must hurry, reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. He definitely needs some homework. You reach in your backpack and grab some homework from last semester that you forgot to turn in. Sprinkles immediately goes for it and gobbles the sheet of paper like it's a piece of fresh chicken rawhide. I apologize for the outburst. I know it seems cliche, but not much in this world satisfies like ungraded work. My, Hamster, were you studying something with cinnamon? I have been sitting on a lecture series around the art of cake baking. How insightful. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Hamster, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no, you had to show off your cool kid friends, Jeff and Joan, JJ forever. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Well then, take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gasps in his panel, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. What?
What the heck?
Dude, what's happening?
I have no
Clank
idea
burps
anymore.
out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep-fried footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam trademark!
I don't know how this game brings up cooking as an art in a way I never saw before.
Oh, God. Culinary schools are usually combined with art schools. I mean, it's one thing. Actually, when I went to art grad school, one of the students was specifically a chef, and that's what he did. He made like edible stuff. So it's a thing.
Also, Alex, our teacher's name is Sprinkles. It's Thomas.
It's Thomas! Now, if only we could like hack and change his profile picture. Or just convince him to change his profile picture into Sprinkles the Corgi. Because you know what? He really should. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. The test time approaches. See you in the arena, but before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of his frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City! Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me?
Oh no.
God.
Oh man.
Just the fact that this game just said you want to saddle up on Colonel Sanders. That clip is there. Of course not. Well, maybe. Sorta. But I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we might want to bring along. What is this face? Are those her eyebrows? What's happening?
I have no idea.
If it's not Pop or
none
Clank or
ideas.
anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I thought that was kind of insulting what you just said, but whatever. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is gonna love it up. Love it up? While you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge, a test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent. And oh God, a test of, can I hold back this sneeze? It's coming all right. You're not the boss of me, sneeze! Woo! I got it under control, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As
the only
planned.
boss
You
in
begin
right
to run
the
through
only boss
quick
right now
tests.
is obviously Colonel Sanders.
Yeah. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on, Hamster's famous chicken pot pie. Actually, never eat anything that requires like mixing and cooking ingredients from me. Just don't. Unless it's an omelet. I can make omelets. Yeah, but so can
We're gonna get
everybody.
some mystery food X or something.
Yeah, it's not a good idea. You don't want to do that. You know what happens in Breath of the Wild if you mix a bunch of food together that's like so indescript that it comes out literally censored in like little in giant pixels? That's how bad my food is. Like, you look at it and you're like, whoa. It's like already being censored in my brain because like Peggy, Ciro, and the ESRB are like, you cannot look at this even in reality. It's so bad.
And here I was actually thinking like in Persona 4 where the girls make a stew and it's just this bubbling purple mass that is this aura around it.
Yeah. After practicing for months, making this dish comes to... They draw really nice food in their games, by the way. Anyway, making their food for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders with three-dimensional cherry blossom petals flowing through the room. Hamster, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big in visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who was hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. Ignore it like there's no sound at all, or fess up about your practice dish.
I wouldn't ignore it. It's probably gonna burn.
Yeah, we need to fess up. We need to, well, but the thing, I think it's just a practice though, but we need to tell him. We need to tell him the truth.
Tell him everything.
Oh, okay. You got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Ha, no, I can smell that it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth! Wow. It's the best. He's tearing up while holding his staff. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge of victory. What's up?
When Colonel Sanders is on the screen there, the way your face cam is, that your face cam lines up perfectly with his shoulders.
Dang it! I should have
So it looks like you and Colonel Sanders' body.
Believe me, trust me, he was tearing up, but I should have been like...
Oh god.
I should have gotten into it. Warn me next time if that happens again. You decide that max, yes, push you over the edge of victory. God, this guy... Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Oh right, she cooks small food. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe registered fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool, special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best fried Buster Blaster! Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and ride! Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula! Even Clank gets on in it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique! Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as it was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct! Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I had to check and make sure I'd lined up, but I don't. I believe in you, Hamster. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Hamster, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever! You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're here cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. That's not how it works. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tossed a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied about the ingredient. It was made up.
Oh no.
No! And where
Miriam,
in the world
why?
did she get an eye of Newt from?
It was only when Colonel Sanders was posing with his staff that you lined up.
Oh god, but the thing is like, oh no. Why? The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The waddly noodles, what did I say, waddly? Watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up in a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the Spork Master! What? God, this game.
What?
Steve, what just happened to Borko? You're not supposed to battle me, are you? We Spork Masters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty all right. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spork Master, notices you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little Spork pup back in old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like a time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Scare, and he takes Steve, God, my brain, takes a hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Summon extra power from deep down within yourself, or give up and drop out of culinary school.
Well, obvious answer
You're
is
right.
obvious.
It's getting intense. I can do this. I have whatever it takes. I came here to win! Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. We just went mac and cheese Super Saiyan. My heart is pure. Yeah, my hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Hamster, you're the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've summoned immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery and... cockery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power, you can do anything. Let's make a spirit bomb. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear hamster. You may have suffered some setbacks, but all is not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I have been watching you today, and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He stepped to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help! And all you've managed to make is mac and cheese. And time is almost up, so you're going to need it. Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the... Oh, I am right here. Hold on.
Oh, dear.
I'm gonna do it right now. Okay. Hold on. Gotta get right here. Okay. Okay. Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What? Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white... Hold on. I can't quite get there. I am wearing white, though. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their visual. Oh no. Colonel, dude, are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can perform the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the broom closet, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs, may I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCSAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks. Clank? Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten that's seriously what it says. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We have to figure that out later. Yeah, there's a little error there. That only leaves 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in savory soup. Huh. Very, very tiny udon noodles in soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that teeny tiny narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? I don't know my Japanese food that well, so I don't really know it. Yes, chef! Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. No. As some green tea made my baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Hamster, for helping me believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool?
I would not want to touch that.
No. Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first. But God, game!
Oh no.
But he can't get past all the needles. He reels back and his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. I keep poking my tongue. Disqualified.
Oh no.
A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected Van does not go gentle into the night. What does that mean? What? Disqualified!
I don't want to know.
For glamour? Don't discount simplicity. What? Don't discount simplicity. Oh. This isn't the last time you've heard of me. Probably is, actually. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know, yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. If you've played Nintendogs, milk was like the ideal thing to give your dog, so it was really weird because you really shouldn't be doing that. So whatever.
Yeah, no.
Next student, Ashley, it's time to step up. Wow, now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French marinade, right? Marinade sauce. Is that right? No,
it's not marinara, is it?
No, I forgot how it's pronounced. Connected connected by sugar glass.
French meringue.
Meringue. It's meringue. Gosh, okay. Yeah, that's how you say it. I don't know. The French words, they get me. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food or at a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Hamster? I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it, too. I didn't realize that we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to a college of eating school for the hungry. Uh-oh. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled to trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. It probably is again. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese, it's even in the red and white striped stuff, has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blow me away. It's a Dumb and Dumber joke. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the glass. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. This new menu item is so impressive, even the Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. I was wrong. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on. How could they be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy.
Oh God.
DJ Dog is in the house! Oh! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Oh my God, why do we have extra outfits? And yes, his anatomy really, truly is that screwed up. Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. They actually call themselves villains, that's great. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at the graduation. It's clearly written in school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork monster. He is totally mellowed out. Which one? Everyone, the Spork monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Oh God.
Okay.
I'm just rolling with the punches at this point, man. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up by talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Why are we actually calling him Spork? Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found the love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the ballroom. The floor of the ballroom, it's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown. Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new wing in the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music of the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank.
Hey, game.
I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I've just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out how you really are, Clank. You're blown
Clank's
away
an
by
alien.
Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she has managed to surpass you in that regard. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. In his casual outfit, might I add.
Casual.
Oh yeah. Just look at that draping fabric over those big manly muscles. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. That was one of the dumbest sentences I've ever heard. And by the way, the previous line was one of the most raunchiest things they said yet.
Yep. I mean, he's
And
right. Humans are weird.
no, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Hamster, what are you doing, sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities of that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off. And I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Hamster. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Whoa. Colonel Sanders
Look
stops
at those arms.
dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I'll need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school. Oh, my dear Hamster, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end.
Oh my god.
Oh god, please play it again. Please play it again. Yes, play it again.
Oh my
It's too
god.
intense. Oh my god, here we go. What the crap is happening?
Oh, it's fun. Oh my god. Really?
Oh my god. My face physically hurts. I'm laughing too hard.
It's beautiful. It's animal as heck.
Oh god. Alright. This game, it was perfect.
Oh
My face
god,
physically
this
hurts.
tape.
I've been laughing too hard.
Hey, you made it through the whole thing.
I beat it. I did it, guys. Oh my god.
Oh my god. So, Hamster,
So
what
then
are
this
your
was all one big
thoughts?
KFC ad. Yes, I think it was. Quickly followed up by one of a sequel. Okay. Me thoughts?
Yep.
I'm so glad that was everything I hoped it would be. Pure, like, teetering on the edge of, like, awkward raunchiness with comedy, and, like, you just don't want to, like, everything's so wrong, and then it's so anime, and God, like, I can't believe we live in a world where this is real and actually endorsed by KFC. Congrats, Alex. Any standards left in you? No. I'm thinking we should play genital jousting next because we clearly have nowhere to go.
Down.
No, I can't see myself spending real money on that game. Unless, of course, a certain Steam sale pops up and it happens to be like, no.
For like $5 or something like that.
God, I don't know. Oh, God, but anyway, we did it, guys! I beat I Love You, Colonel Sanders, a finger-licking good dating simulator. Did I even say the title of this game yet? Because that's the title of this game. It's free, by the way, if you honestly watched this and went like, oh yes, this was made for me. I need to play this game. I need to swoon over my beloved Colonel Sanders. Oh God, we love in such a weird but beautiful time, truly.
Yes.
I love how you accidentally said love. God, genital jousting will kill us all. Yes, it seriously might. Like, it's just, that might be too much. Anyway, we have other stuff. We were streaming. I gotta get back into Black Mesa. And then after I get back into Black Mesa, I have Ori and the Blind Forest I gotta finish, and then I've got Shovel Knight. I know that's been forever that I gotta finish, but I'm gonna try and finish Shovel Knight too. At least just the Shovel Knight's main campaign. I don't need to go through the others. Like, we kind of get the gist of the game, and that's even if I go back through it because it's already been so long, I kind of already forgot. So yeah, we got a lot more to do. This was a interesting distraction, diversion today, one might say. So I'm glad you joined me in this, for whatever that's worth. I don't know what you think of me anymore. I don't know what I think of me anymore. But I know what I think of the Colonel. Oh, yeah. Can't wait to get me
finger-licking good.
Finger-licking good. Anyway, we gotta end this at one point. Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this very odd run today. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more, and we will see you guys in the next stream. Booyah!
See ya.